Special treat in studio today. He is Josh Bilicki, local racer, and the question always comes up, Josh, and I got to start it right off the bat. You're from Slinger. You've never raced at the Slinger Super Speedway.
I've never raced at the Slinger Super Speedway. Actually, I had the opportunity to test a 4-cylinder at Slinger Speedway, just about 5 laps, but I've never actually ran at Slinger Speedway. So a lot of people find that surprising. You know, I grew up road racing, and now I'm in NASCAR, making my NASCAR Cup Series debut. And
overall, how tough of a business is it to break in and break through?
That's actually the toughest thing. You know, people just see, you know, you driving the cars. They don't see what goes on behind the scenes. You know, same with the teams. You know, they don't see actually what the teams do behind the scenes and how hard they work. Well, the driver has to work just as hard finding sponsorship and securing sponsorship. And I've been very lucky. You know, we have Marriott drywall materials and Marriott companies on board this year, Trimtex drywall products. But we're actually still pursuing sponsorship so I can put together a 5 or 6 NASCAR Xfinity Series package to run later this year. Road
America debut last year and your first time in NASCAR, whatever. What a thrill that was.
It was a thrill. It was a complete joyride because I didn't know what to expect. I found out that I was racing the Wednesday of, so I had Thursday to mentally prep myself, and I had never driven a car that horsepower or that big before in my life. So I showed up Friday to the track, and we actually had some struggles early on Friday. We lost brakes twice, believe it or not, going to turn 1. 175 miles per hour without any brakes going into 1 is a little bit scary. So
in June, what is it going to be like to run with the big boys on the Cup Series?
It's going to be tough. It's going to be mentally tough. It's going to be physically tough. It'll probably be about 3.5 hour race on one of the most grueling tracks. That's a lot of elevation.
It is a dream of a lot of racers.
It almost is, yeah. I mean, going back to last year, we ran Phoenix and Miami. You know, Kyle Busch raced both of them, and that's somebody who I've seen race almost my entire life. His brother, Kurt Busch, and all these guys were racing NASCAR Xfinity Series too. Yeah. So I got to race on track with some of them last year, which is really cool. Josh,
you know that racing in Wisconsin has a rich heritage, and we wish you the best of luck in
Thank
the future.
you. I appreciate it.
All right, Josh Bilicki joining us right here, today's TMJ4.
Well, it's cold and frothy, but no, it's not beer.
Steve Shamraz is up next with the Now.
Hi there, Charles and Shannon. A local cafe is putting Bruce City's spin on a summer favorite. What's even more surprising is how they will deliver this to you. That's coming up next on the Now and a lot more too, so stick around.
Looking forward to that.
You think drones are involved? You have to stay tuned for that. Would be don't spill. Hey, nothing spilling out of the sky right now. That's a live picture from our Waukesha Tower Cam. Those are just some thin clouds. Otherwise, we've had bright skies today and no raindrops for the first time in 5 days. Hallelujah.
No rain.
Hallelujah.
The Now is next.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Steve Shamraz. Welcome to the Now Milwaukee. If you've been in the produce aisle lately, you might have noticed prices have soared on some of your favorite healthy eats. Heavy rain out in California is to blame. Ben Jordan shares which goods are effective. I'm guessing lettuce and how much you should expect to pay.
Steve, can you juggle?
I can.
Local grocers and restaurants tell me mainly lettuce and avocados have been impacted by the extreme weather in Cali. Many say they have no choice but to pass the buck on to customers.
I gotta find a better deal.
Of all the months to face an avocado and lettuce shortage, May is a rough one.
Simple as that. Gotta find a better deal.
As shoppers cart around in preparation for a Cinco de Mayo feast at Woodman's in Oak Creek, they had to dig a little deeper in their wallets to get the goods.
They were 99 cents a piece, and they're usually not.
Woodman's has about the cheapest avocados in the area at just under $1. Some stores in Milwaukee are selling them as high as $2.
I wouldn't even allow myself to do that.
According to the Haas Avocado Board, nationwide prices are up 50 cents since February.
What can you do?
And lettuce heads are at $2.39. They're normally at least $1 less.
Either you buy or you don't buy.
Woodman's store management says they are taking a hit on the 2 produce items, yet some of the additional cost goes to the consumer. All thanks to heavy rain and flooding in California, which produces the most avocados and second most lettuce in the states.
I knew it was coming.
Cafe Benelux is also suffering from the shortage.
Right now, avocados are about $60 a case. Normally, they run around $35.
General Manager Christine Henner says they noticed the price increase about a month ago.
All day, every day.
Given that they're 2 must-haves for most meals.
We've taken a little hit by it. We don't generally change prices.
And there is some good news expected soon. The price hike should be short-lived because of weather out west. has improved.
Good to know. We don't want to be paying through the nose for avocados.
Absolutely not.
That's for sure. Thanks so much. Joe, do you know how safe your water is? According to a new report from the National Resource Defense Council, harmful contaminants are in tap water in every state. That impacts close to 77 million people. So what could be showing up in your water? The report found number one thing, byproducts from disinfectants. You should also get a report from your water supplier about what is in your water by July 1st of this year. Flooding has reached historic levels in Arkansas and Missouri. Some local Red Cross volunteers are actually flying south to start helping the victims. They'll spread out across 7 different states for up to 3 weeks. We caught up with one of the volunteers boarding a flight this morning on a Mitchell International bound for St. Louis.
Disaster assessment, so I'll go down and help measure how the range of the devastation.
There are ways you can help at home. You can text 90999 to make a $10 gift that will help support Red Cross disaster relief. Storm Team 4 time now. After 5 straight days of rain, finally today some sunshine, though we're still, can I complain here? A little cool. It was pleasant, Scott Steele, today.
All right.
It was pleasant.
I'll take pleasant.
Seasonal or a little cooler than
So
average?
a little cooler than average. But yeah, but come on, by just a couple degrees. The average this time of year 60. We reached 55, which was 5 better than yesterday's 50. He's always got to find, come on now, outside right now. We're at 52 degrees officially at Milwaukee's Mitchell International. Inland locations still not bad, 57 in Chocolate City, USA, Burlington, and close to average this time of year, 58 in Fondy. Most all of us are anywhere between 4 and 10 degrees better than we were yesterday at this time. Unfortunately, that upward trend will not last. We'll dip a little bit tomorrow before we bounce back by the end of the week and the weekend. The winds are fairly gentle. Problem is, when they get so light overnight, it could lead to a little more patchy frost. So let's take you through the next 12 hours. Readings near the lake hovering near 40 degrees overnight with filtered starlight. Again, a little patchy frost away from Lake Michigan, Steve. We're going to talk about what to expect throughout May, typically, when we geek out in just a few minutes.
All right, Scott, see you in a bit. Thank you. IKEA getting an extra $990,000 from the city of Oak Creek. Plus, the city just approved a separate plan that would prep the surrounding land owned by Northwestern Mutual for future development. IKEA expected to break ground on the big blue and yellow store next month. Oh, by the way, you cannot bring this piece of art built around an old grenade on board an airplane. The TSA posted this on the Instagram account today. This was found in a carry-on bag at our very own Mitchell International Airport. The grenade, yeah, it might not work, but the TSA doesn't know that. So they had to call in explosives professionals for a closer look. MATC is making it work. The technical school hosting its 14th annual Sustainability Summit and Exposition today and tomorrow at their downtown Milwaukee campus. This year, the summit concentrating on projects already successful and making it work. Along with it, a job fair where employers met with candidates who can help them better their business.
Companies are looking for students who come, or employees that have these skills that can help them, save energy, reduce waste, reduce costs.
The event continues tomorrow, where participants can join in discussions like climate change and urban farming. Some amendments made to a controversial cosmetology bill we told you about on Monday. Right now, it just reduces the licensing requirements for most barbers and cosmetologists. It does not eliminate the requirement to have them. The only license the bill gets rid of is the requirement to have a license to open a business. It's a hot item to have, according to the Packers Pro Shop website. The team's new draft pick jerseys already sold out. Kevin King, Vince Beagle's home game jerseys on back order until the end of May. Plenty of time to get it to fans, though, before the season starts. Coming up, taking away your time and a half. What could change under a new federal overtime bill? Plus, squished in their seats. Why American Airlines is giving its passengers a little bit less legroom. Please return your trays to the full upright position as the Now heads off to commercial break. Let's catch you up with the Now newsfeed. Facebook working to respond faster to videos of people hurting themselves and others getting posted on the site. Mark Zuckerberg says today they'll be hiring 3,000 additional people over the next year to review the millions of reports they get every week. Rules for overtime could be changing. The House just passed a bill that would allow comp days instead of time-and-a-half pay. Republicans say it means more flexibility. Democrats don't like it because your boss has the final say if that time off can ever be used. Orioles player Adam Jones says he was caught off guard by this standing ovation he got at Fenway Park. It happened the day after he says he heard racial slurs coming at him from the stands. Legroom is getting tighter. American Airlines says it does plan to add more seats, and to do that, it will shrink the distance between seats by 2 inches. American will become the first large U.S. carrier to offer legroom, nearly on par with the low-cost carriers like Spirit Airlines and Frontier. We're getting our first look at the new Obama Presidential Center in Chicago. There will be a museum and a library. Organizers say it will have classrooms, labs, and outdoor spaces, slated to be completed in the year 2021. Coming up, despite retirement, Tony Romo could still win another championship. The new sport that former QB is trying out for. Plus, Nitro Brew on a Bike, a new coffee service coming to a street festival near you. Welcome back, everybody. We are big fans of coffee here at the Now, and when the weather gets hot, we take our coffee cold. There's a new way to sip cold brew in Milwaukee, and in tonight's Now Serving, we introduce you to the coffee that comes to you on a bike. In the windows of a storefront on Martin Luther King Drive, you will find a 5-letter word that needs some explaining.
Yeah, Nitro Cold Brew, so it's like Guinness beer and cold coffee, married and had a baby.
Ryan Hoban is passionate about his coffee, especially the cold, dark, frothy elixir that, yes, we get it, Ryan,